Good morning, everyone. We are back, and we are back with a couple of the updates and something I wanted to share with you rather quickly. Now, this won't be a very long video. I've got a lot of catching up around the house to do. Number one, let's update you on Jhaya. Now, I know this is a budgeting channel, but I've been telling you guys so much about her health and the struggles that we're having with it. Today, she actually got up and she walked around the house a little bit. She's very slow. She's still very tired and very not feeling well, I should say. But she got up. She has been drinking water over the last couple of days. Yesterday was the first day she actually got off the bed by herself and drank out of the water bowl. The last couple of days I had been feeding her water literally by hand. It was getting to the point I was going to get a syringe to feed her by. But as you all know, I have taken her off the medications that the doctors, both the regular doctor that I had, the veterinarian, and the emergency vet put her on. The sedation medications are no longer being given to her. That is not something I want my dog to be under anymore. For the fact is, she was more of a stuffed animal than she was a dog. She had no ability to stand up. She was extraordinarily medicated, let's just say. So she is remaining on her base medication, which is her phenobarbital. She's been on years and years. So now we're going to be looking at possibly increasing that medication. I'll be speaking with the veterinarian here shortly that she normally goes to. So with that being said, thank you all for all your prayers, wishes, and warm thoughts, and all your very kind comments, because today she was able to get up and go to the bathroom. Still moving slow, still kind of tired. I think it's going to take her a few more days. But she started to eat today. Y'all, it's been 3 days since my dog ate, and I was kind of flipping out and freaking out. And I would stay up around the clock sleeping in very short shifts just to maintain that I maintain her pulse and making sure that she's okay and she wasn't seizing and things like that. So I am very sleep deprived at this time. I'm going to get through the day, and I'm going to pass out probably by 8 or 9 o'clock tonight. Like, seriously, it's going to be a short day today for me. But with that being said, she did eat some rotisserie chicken, y'all. I was doing dances in the kitchen, in the living room, and my other chihuahua was looking at me like, Mom, what's going on? But Jhaya did eat a little bit this morning and a little bit earlier this morning as well. So tummy's not probably full, but it's probably shrank because she hasn't eaten in days. She is going to do better. I know she is on the rebound, and thank you all for everything you guys have done. Keeping her in your thoughts. So I just wanted to stick out there and say that real quick. So let's go ahead and get into this sheet. This is another sheet. This is something that I pulled from Life In Envelopes. That is Miss Jennifer Bleacher. She mentioned this in her video the other day, and she left it down in her description box for us to pull off for free and print. Y'all, I got several copies of it. There are going to be some additionals that I may make an update to on this because there's no place for frozen foods, things like that. There's a couple of things that need to be added on, but that's fine. This is a sheet that is a starter sheet, and down at the bottom, if you got plenty of room, you can add on frozen, and you can put extra little selections down here as well. But she got this in her description box below her video. And with that being said, I will link that video down below so that you can go into the description box. You can pull this off and print it for free. It is fantastic. It's fabulous, especially with us trying to... Nowadays, everybody is trying to beat the groceries, budgeting bills and stuff like that. Y'all know we spend so much on groceries in all of our households. Even if you're low budget, you're still putting quite a bit towards groceries, and it makes it very difficult. Also look over at Hands and Bands Miss Elisha, because she has one in one of her description box, I believe. I'm not quite sure exactly where it's located because I haven't printed it off yet, but reach out to her if you don't know where it's at. And she's got one that is Beat the Inflation. So we're all trying to play this grocery game right now, and it's really hard to deal with all the inflation going on in that. But Miss Jennifer Bleacher from Life In Envelopes had this sheet, and I was able to print it out. This is what we're looking like for April so far. It's just my thoughts and ideas of things that we're going to possibly be getting. You all know we're on a lower budget for the next month because we are doing a prepper pantry challenge with our freezers and our prep pantry and all that. This is one of them that is just completely empty, just so that you can get a visual view of what it looks like when it doesn't have a whole bunch of bad handwriting on top of it, like mine. So anyways, there we go for that. Let's go ahead and update you really quick on my budget so that you know. Okay, is this the right one? Dun, 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 dun. Yes, it is. This is page 2. Okay, let's go through page 1 real quick. See, I told you people who are not visually sighted very well don't like paperwork. Just don't like it. There's a reason for it. It's very challenging for us. Okay, this is the one that I showed you the other day. This is my budget, my preliminary budget for April. Lord have mercy, we don't even know what's going to happen between now and then. But, you know, all my buffers eaten up, all my emergency funds eaten up. Everything is eaten up because between Jhaya's 2 medical bills in the last week now and Tucker's medical in the last, what was it, 3-4 weeks ago, we are up to $1,700 in medical bills for the dogs in 1 month. Yes, hold your breath. I know. Whew, okay. But anyways, this is the bill that I showed you of all my bills, or the budget, I should say, of all the bills that I showed you the other day. And it left me with not very much money left, y'all. Okay, this is what's going to happen in April. If you want to see that more in detail, go back to my video before this, and it will show you everything. So let's go ahead. I feel like I'm Alicia, and this is a hot mess for March. March hot mess, and I'm showing you April's budget already. But anyways, with this being said, this is my April page 2. I told you in my last video that I would have a second page. There's no doubt. There was not enough lines this month for what I have going on. With that being said, the extra added bills that are being thrown in there, number 1 is my mom, because I feel the need to pay back some of the money that she gave me. Some of it was from the, well, I believe all of it might have been, from an account that she has. And she told me I don't need to pay her back. But you know what? I'm one of those parents that, you know, I know that's my mom, but I'm a parent myself. And right now, money's tight with everybody. I don't care who you are. I don't care what your income is. You're still tight. So we have a balance of $1,344 after the first sheet I just showed you. Again, go back to my last video, and you'll see the whole entire budget breakdown. I explain everything to you. So I am going to pay her back $200 starting next month. And I'm going to give her small payments every month until I get to the agreed amount that I told her that I would pay. And she's fine with that. In fact, she doesn't want me to pay her at all, but that's not going to happen. That's going to be taken care of. That's just the way it is. That's how I am. You're going to see a $300 amount for the daycare. As you know, my daycare is paid in full. However, they have an on-site emergency veterinarian in case anything hits the fan. And given Jhaya's medical the last week now, anything could hit the fan. That's obvious. Also, given that she's an epileptic baby, she can hit the fan at any time. And I need to be prepared, and that's just taught me I need to be prepared. My emergency fund is wiped out. A lot of my funding is wiped out. It's back to ground zero. That is fine. That is what that emergency is there for. It's for anything, whether it's my children or my dogs. So with that being said, I am going to throw another $300 onto her daycare account in case anything happens. If nothing happens, I get the $300 back. If something happens, that is part of the money that I am going to start putting in every single month until after I come back from my trip, and then whatever's left on the balance I can pull and bring home. But I want to have something in there in case she needs any kind of emergency care while she's in daycare. With that being said, you're going to see two $35 charges below that from Amazon. I am going to get my laminator, y'all. I really, really do need it. People who are visually impaired like me, as much as I am, really do need the lamination. And here's why. I'm going to laminate all my budget sheets, all my printables that I have, because I have binders and binders and binders full of printables. And they are copies of printables that I have bought off Etsy, and then I just make multiple copies and slide them into sheet protectors. But blind people don't really like paperwork, and those of us who are nearly blind really don't like paperwork. And in the future, I will be doing a video, a Q&A for you all about my vision, because I know there's a lot of questions about it. So I want to be able to give you guys all the information and how I do things and how I'm somewhat successful at doing things. Not completely, but, you know, I'm working my way there. So I am going to get the lamination machine. It is going to be a used factory reconditioned one, but it's okay because I bought used factory reconditioned things from Amazon, and I kid you not, there's no difference between that and pulling it off the shelf. It looks and smells brand new, and it has all the packaging you would have with brand new items. So that's going to save me a little bit of money, and it's coming down to $35. It also has a hole puncher in there, which makes me super excited, and it also can round corners, which technology nowadays I just love. Underneath that is the $35 for the lamination sheets. I am getting the 5mm lamination sheets, which are a little thicker, so they'll hold out longer. 100 count from the Amazon one that I'm getting. I think it's Amazon Basics, but it might not be. Don't hold me to that. It could be another name. Is also $35 for 100 count. Below that, let's talk about the farmer's dog. Okay, that's something that my mom turned me on to. Yesterday, I started doing a lot of research about dog foods and things like that because Jhaya has pancreatitis, and that's a new diagnosis for us, and I want to make sure that I take care of her needs in the best human way possible. Y'all know, I just went out and spent $25 on a 4-pound bag of dog food. She's like not having it. It's not going to work for her, I don't think. Tucker's loving it. Tucker likes everything. That's my other Chihuahua, y'all. Just in case you didn't know, I have an 8-year-old rescue as well named Tucker, and he's a little butt, but I love him to death. He acts like a 6-month-old puppy. I kid you not. He's got the energy of that, and if I could bottle it, I'll sell it to you. But in the meanwhile, he's going to continue to eat dog food right now. But right now, Jaya's needs are needing to be met more in the dietary needs due to her pancreatitis than his is. And my mom told me about the farmer's dog. So I looked it up, and yes, it is a meal service for your dog. So do not laugh at me. It ain't even funny. I'm super excited about it. I will probably I got it down here where I'll be putting both dogs on it, which is $145. But if you really look at it, it'll be about $72, $73 for just Jhaya alone. So split it in half. Or a little bit more than half. I think hers is a little bit more. I think hers is $2 a day, and his would have been like $1.60, $1.65. He is smaller, and he doesn't require the needs that she needs. And he's not getting, he'd be getting a different meal pack. She's going to be getting a beef meal pack and a chicken. He's going to get beef, chicken, and turkey when I put him on it. I just preliminary put him on there on this sheet just to make sure what it would cost me and if I can maintain that cost over the next months. But right now, he's going to continue to eat regular dog food. I am going to start Jhaya on it today because I do have a plan where it's 50% off for your first 2 weeks, meaning she would get her meals at 99 cents a day. They are packed. They are never frozen. They are fresh. They do cook them, and they meal pack them, and they ship them out to you ASAP. They give you 2 weeks at a time. Again, the first 2 weeks is going to give me 50% off at 99 cents per meal. So I'm not quite sure. I'm still looking into it about how many packs is she supposed to eat a day. Is it a 1-day pack? Is it a 2-day pack? That's the only thing that I have a question on. So I'm going to call them before I place her order today. But her meal pack today would be 2 weeks at 99 cents each. So I need to find out exactly what that is. I need to find out if that's 2 packs a day, 1 pack a day, because my dog eats more than once a day. She eats twice a day. She eats in the morning and at night. But it's called The Farmer's Dog. My mom just gave me the information last night about it. It's got a lot of 5-star rated reviews. It's been reviewed by a lot of different companies, by a lot of different newscast, broadcast type situations and things like that. So she's going to go on it. She cannot have turkey. As y'all know, I've told you before, my dog is allergic to turkey, but she'll get a chicken pack and a beef pack, and they are pre-portioned out for her. Now, would I use a meal service for myself or my household? Absolutely not, because if you look at the prices, they run you between $8 and $10 per dinner plate. Y'all, I'm not about to spend $40 a day just on regular meal services kits. Everybody makes it looks good, but when you come down to it and you look at the prices, you're looking anywhere between $7, $8, $9, $10 per plate. That's not a service that my household can withhold. And most houses can't. I know a lot of people do a lot of promotions on here for that because they get paid to do that, but that's not something I would ever accept. In fact, I did have one of the meal services reach out to me on my other channel, Without Limits Missouri Prepper, and I turned them down because if I'm not going to be willing to use it and keep it in my household and use it myself, I'm not going to promote it for other people to go in debt to use it either. It's just not going to happen. But anyways, with that being said, if I were to put Tucker on this with her, right now I am starting her off because her needs are astronomically needing to be met. It would take me down to April. This is an additional, in addition to the other amounts that I had, this would be an additional $720 per month altogether on this sheet as well. And that's inclusive if I kept the $300 every single month until June of paying forward a little bit for Jhaya in case she needs any kind of medical at the daycare. So this sheet right here would be $720, bringing me down to a grand total of leftover $624. Now, y'all, this doesn't include any round trips for Uber. I don't take Uber all that often anymore because the price range has gone up. They have increased it to, I think it's between 35 and 45 cents per trip on top of everything else due to the rising price in gas, you think that that's not much. Trust me, when I'm taking a 2.5 round trip, okay, 2.5 miles round trip, it's costing me between $8 and $10, okay? Put that into perspective. Yeah, anyways. With that being said, that is what we have for you today. Again, thank you for all the prayers, wishes, and kind thoughts and comments about Jhaya as we're moving forward with her healthcare. I will do a review when the farmer's dog food comes in because they're portioned, they're packed, and I'm excited. Again, I don't know if it's going to be like 1 meal per day or what's going on, but I will get into that a little bit more, and I will show you as soon as that comes in because I think it's worth showing because I think this is a meal service that if we like, we will maintain it. Obviously, we'll maintain it for her. But then I'll be putting Tucker onto it. And once the dog food's gone, it's gone. I do have a bag of dog food downstairs. It's quite expensive from Chewy. And I will be looking into getting rid of that bag, whether I sell it online or donate it to a shelter. Either way, it's going to have to go to somebody that either needs it, or if I can recoup a little money back on it, I'll actually add it back onto my the farmer's dog meal plan. So there we go, y'all. That's what we have for today. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave it down in the description box. Listen to me. Leave it down in the comment box below. I am completely tired, but I have got a lot of meal prepping to do today, a lot of cleaning. And y'all, we're down to 2 loads of laundry. Like you heard me, 2 loads of laundry. I've done 27 loads of laundry in the last week. Just imagine. Don't imagine. You'll have a nightmare tonight. Anyways, y'all, we'll catch you in the next video. Until then, please remember to stay safe. If you have any questions, I'll leave them in the comments down below. I'll speak with you there. Until next time, Without Limits Budgets is out.